lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop.
Welcome everybody to the second day of the Wuzhen Theater Festival. I'm your host, Oscar Margain. Thank you so much for joining us here today, whether it's on our social media platforms, our website, or our CGTN app. Now, we are live right now here in Wuzhen. We're on the east side of this ancient water town, about a 2-hour drive from west of Shanghai. Now, carnival performances here have been taking place all day long. They're well underway. And get this, there are over 80 different international and local troops that have been setting up all their performances at almost every single corner here in town and are performing back-to-back all day long here for the next 9 days. Now, as you can see, there's some spectators here already. They're starting to gather around, and they are here also in anticipation of a very special troupe from Denmark who are also, have been dazzling audiences here since yesterday. These actors and performers are from different corners of the world and have been drawing hordes of people to watch them parade down the streets and the alleys, as well as watching their static mini street concerts. Now, of course, they've become very popular because of these street performances and parades, but that's not the only thing that they do. They also, like I said, have street performances that are static as well. Now, these men or women are part of what they call the Icarus Stage Art Nordisk Theater Laboratorium and have been dazzling audiences here since yesterday with their colorful and very creative costumes, their very energetic performances, and of course, their very festive music. And here right now with me, right before they start the performance, are two of the performers here today. Thank you so much for joining us here live. I know you're about to take a stage right now, but please first tell me your names and where you're from.
My name is Moon. I'm from China.
From China?
I'm Pablo from Spain.
From Spain. And so tell us a little bit about the costumes that you're wearing. You have something very interesting here in your hands.
It's Chinese traditional costumes because we have to prepare costumes for China, so for wedding. So that's what.
A wedding costume, okay, and that's why you're all dressed up, looking super sharp here, Pablo.
Yes, we have four sets of costumes. One of them is our wedding costume, which is the one we're using right now. We also have a dark costume, a white costume, which is the one we usually use with our unicorn masks.
The unicorn mask,
which is the most characteristic feature of our company. And then we also have our archetypes.
Right. Now I also see that in some of your performances, you have another character who's dressed with in red with like I wouldn't say like a Buddha mask. Tell us a little bit more about that.
That mask is a famous monk mask with traditional Peking opera's costumes.
I see.
Yes.
So thank you for correcting me.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. And now tell us a little bit more about how does it feel performing here in front of this audience here in Wuzhen?
Oh, it's like illusions, like a dream, but finally come true.
And for you?
I think it's very, very important for us to be here because we've been performing for a while in Denmark already, but this is the first time we are performing internationally in China, so we're very excited to be here. It's a great pleasure.
Tell us about your troupe a little bit because it's very diverse. Where is everybody from, more or less? Different corners of the world is what I'm understanding.
We're from different countries like Spain, China, Korea, Chile, a lot different countries.
The director is asking you to go.
Okay, you guys have to head out. Okay, you're just performing. Good luck. Break a leg already. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so what you're watching right now is the start of this performance, again, by the group Icarus Stage Art Nordisk Theater Laboratorium. This performance, as I've been told, is a performance that is, has a wedding type of theme, and that's why it's a bit solemn, but it will be festive is what I am expecting. And audiences here are now gathered. As you see, there's a huge crowd gathering here. They've become very popular because of their parade performance, but now they're performing in more of a wedding attire, and they come from all types of world. The performers are from Chile, Argentina, Spain, Denmark, China, and really have come together to entertain audiences here in Wuzhen during the second day of the Wuzhen Theater Festival. And they play all sorts of instruments and play all sorts of music, from carnival type of music from Brazil to, as you are listening to right now, more of a traditional European song. The performer you see right now dressed in white using the accordion, she is from Denmark and is one of their local performers. The group is originally from Denmark and have now come here to China to perform. I'm gonna let you guys listen in a little more. Now we're seeing the rest of the group. We are told these are 14 different members of the Icarus Stage Art Nordisk Theater Laboratorium. And they perform all over the world and have brought this show, this performance here now to audiences in China. And are definitely a crowd magnet. Typically throughout the day, they parade down the streets with some very festive and energetic music. Okay. So guys, we're now with one of the audience members. What is your name?
我叫曾子，这是我的女儿，叫小南瓜。
表脸 very beautiful child. 表脸 So tell us, what is your reaction, your experience here in Wuzhen?
这其实是我第3次来乌镇了，但是是我第1次带我女儿过来。我觉得这是一个非常就是做的各方面都非常好的一个乌镇，体验感非常好。所以正好恰逢这个乌镇戏剧节，我很愿意带我的女儿过来感受一下。
So this is the third time she's here in Wuzhen, but the first time she comes with her daughter, and she thinks this place is very well designed and with everything with a tourist. So she's really willing to bring her daughter here, and now there's this theater festivals. It's all beautiful.
Very nice. We're going to let her, continue enjoying the performance. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Where do you want the camera? Pointing that way? Okay. Excuse me, sorry. Okay. This way? Okay. Guys, we're just setting up. If you can, I'm going to ask my cameraman to come this way. Thank you so much. We're here now with the director of this performance, Carolina Pizarro. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
How
for
are
this
you?
opportunity. I'm fine. I'm very happy with this opportunity to be in the festival. It's a
Of course.
fantastic
Fantastic. It's become one of the most popular performances here in Wuzhen, so I'm hearing from the audience.
Great.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about this particular performance going on today.
Today we do the theatrical concert with wedding costumes because we say that the human people has 4 rituals very important. When one baby was born, when you get married, when you die, and when you transform in unicorn. For that reason, we have 4 different costumes.
Okay, I see.
And today is the day of
I'm sorry. And
love and get married.
and get married.
They just try to find a partner.
and that is why they're dressed in wedding attires and costumes, right?
Exactly.
And so now tell
Because
us.
it's a celebration, it's a party, it's one moment that the people can meet and enjoy with music from different parts of the world.
Exactly. Now, Carolina, you've been traveling all over the world with your group.
Yes.
Why come to China? Tell us a little bit more about the importance of coming to Wuzhen and showing audiences what you have to display here.
Our base is in Denmark, in Holstebro, in Nordic Theater Laboratorium. So now is our first international festival that we have. Because before we just show in Denmark, in different cities.
I see. Okay.
Denmark. And also the actors go separately in a small group in another countries. Now 2 of our members are in Colombia to present another performance there.
So slowly but surely you're growing and starting to expand to different parts of the
Yes,
world.
because we have a groupal performance and also performance with 2 actors or 1 actor.
Okay, very
Because
well.
Icarus is around 60 people.
Now tell us, not only are you performing here today with this, I would say, street performance, but you also do like a carnival parade, and you've been doing that throughout since yesterday. Tell us a little bit more about, how many different performances do you have, and a little bit about all of them.
We have
Yes.
4 different performances. One is the parade that we made yesterday, and also every day at 2 o'clock in the next days. The idea is to bring different music to the people, and they can dance and enjoy and sing with us. So we want to bring a party to the people.
It's definitely a party, and I was also dancing with you guys. It's so exciting to watch you perform and bringing this to an audience that might not be as exposed to the music from the West, and do it in combination with the culture here it's just magical, really, to watch. Tell us a little more about the costumes, because we see a lot of unicorns. We see a character in red. Explain that for us, for those who don't understand what they're seeing.
The unicorn for us is a magic character, no? You can be absolutely free. So it's one option for to be happy and enjoy with music, and they can be absolutely free and crazy with the unicorn mask.
Yes.
And also it's good for the kids, for families, and the people enjoy a lot that characters.
And so tell me again, what is the message that you want to bring to the audiences here in China?
For us, it's very important that we can be something beautiful with people from different countries. So we can cross the barrier of the cultures or religions or another things, because they come from different countries. We can do something beautiful together. So the message is to stop the war, stop the discussion about the difference from the people, and we can build some beautiful world together.
And I think music is a perfect channel to transmit a message that might not necessarily be of the same language, but it's the same feeling. Is that why you have so much music in your performance?
Yes, because it's like a ritual. The art starts from the ritual, with music, with dance. The people just met and enjoyed that with stories and different feeling from the music. So we have some music, sadness or melancholic, but also with a lot of energy and love stories in the songs. So we have music from Korea, China, Chile, Colombia, Denmark. So
Crazy
it's
how you've been able
crazy.
to incorporate all that. It's really interesting. Now tell us, how long does it take to put together not only the people, but the actors and the performers, the musicians, but how long does it take from day one where you have that concept in your head to today, for example? How long is that process?
We made made the process before to be here. We rehearsal in Denmark, and we start to create one structure. We have a structure for the street, like a parade. We have the concert. For example, in Denmark, we made the concert inside of the church.
Wow.
So with another people, one horse went inside of the church. Depends how crazy is the people in that area that they can accept our crazy ideas.
Yes. And how about your experience here in China so far? How many days have you been here? And what has been your feeling? And how do you think things are going? Are people really enjoying, or are they really understanding your performance?
Icarus arrived the 23rd, because the 24th we made a rehearsal. Always we ask for to check the place before that we arrive. So we went around in the street and checked the stage, because it's very important to understand if we need to change something in our structure, our performance. And we try to be in contact with the audience. Yeah, but yesterday, for example, a lot of people with a lot of energy say, wow, this is very, very good. Because in Denmark, we work with the people, but the Danish people is more serious.
Right.
But anyway, they dance with us. So it's very good to see how the people can be different with the music. And they forget that, okay, we need to be very serious, no? No, enjoy the music like a child. So it's very honest and very transparent, the reaction of the public.
Even watching your group perform down the streets in the parade, it was so interesting to look at the Chinese audience, and they start dancing salsa, like a merengue salsa, and try to really like imitate your movements and the music. They're really connecting to what you're doing. And so is that satisfactory? Does that give you a satisfaction? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because for me the reference is like a Kusturica film. I don't know if you know. He used gypsy groups with music inside of the film, and the music go around, no? With the party. The people follow that. So for me, it's I want the same, but in the theater, in the real moment, not just in the film. So we start to build with different songs that the actors bring. So for that reason, I asked to them to bring some songs from their countries. So we used that. And then with our musical director, is Gonzalo Hernandez from Chile, he organized the songs and the pieces for each instrument. Because they are musician, dancer, and actors. We don't divide, this is theater, this is dance, no, we can be all together. So it's not one actor, it's one actor that sing, dance, play instrument. Or it's one musician that act. So it's a different concept.
And I think that really is emulated, it's very personified in the performance. You can really tell, these are very talented people who are multi-skilled in what they're doing. And
so we work a lot. They are very professional, but we rehearsal like 8 hours each day when we stay in Denmark. We receive class from Balinese dance master, or we receive class from Indian masters, and also Odin Theater actors.
Okay.
Because I'm an actress in Odin Theater, directed by Eugenio Barba. So we receive the passing of the experience of this group that is 56 years exists as the group.
Wow. My last question for you, Carolina, is basically tell us your experience here in China. Will you come back? Will you bring another performance in the years to come? I know it's maybe asking a little too early, but based on the reception So everybody, we had a brief interruption here, but you are watching live images of a performance by the Danish group Icarus Stage Art Nordisk Theater Laboratorium. Earlier in our previous broadcast, we were just showing you part of this performance, which is well underway at this moment. And we were talking to some of the performers and the director here. So once again, to summarize what we've been covering so far in this day 2 at the Wuzhen Theater Festival, we are watching this performance from Denmark, again from Icarus Stage Art, Nordisk Theater Laboratorium. The performers say that this is a show that has a theme of wedding, of celebration, that starts from birth to marriage all the way to death. And so there are multiple segments to this performance that is definitely inspired and influenced by the music here from several parts of the world. The director, Carolina Pizarro, was explaining that her performance and her concept, how she conceptualized this performance, was by incorporating different cultures, but at the same time unifying everything through music. There are 14 different members of this troupe that are here in Wuzhen performing live for you, and everybody is from a different corner of the world, from China to Chile to Spain, Denmark, you name it. They have been dazzling audiences here since yesterday, day 1, now day 2, and they keep growing their crowds. They're bringing their crowds over to their performances. They typically are famous for parading down the streets, but now they have a static performance here today. A street mini concert is what is taking place and is what you're watching. And as they wrap up that part of the performance, you see audiences here are still entertained. They're taking pictures, taking video. And even though the performances are in different languages, including Spanish or Italian or sometimes even Chinese, the director, Carolina Pizarro, said that she really wanted to communicate with music. And music is a universal language, and that's why she was not afraid to come to China and express her art with a Chinese audience. If you have any comments, please send your comments. We want to hear from you on our social media platforms. Use the hashtag Wuzhen Theater Festival, and we will try to answer as many questions as you have. Our invitation to you all is, as you're watching this performance, is to come to Wuzhen. There are so many performances happening every single day. This is part of the carnival, one of more than 80 troops, international troops and local troops that are performing at almost every corner of this ancient water town. And this is exclusive access here that you're getting, these images, this close-up to this very special troupe from Denmark. So guys, we're going to leave you with some final images now of the performance here today by the Icarus Stage Art Nordisk Theater Laboratorium, which keep growing an audience and are becoming quickly popular at the Wuzhen Theater Festival. This is day 2, and we're here covering this live for you, and we'll continue to bring you more coverage at Wuzhen here in China. You're watching CGTN.